first step to having a great morning is the same step to having a great life. You gotta know why you're doing it. If I'm up at 4:45 in the morning because I want to be, not because I have to be, but because I want to be. I'm stoked and going for a ride with my friends. But this morning I'm gonna do things slightly unusual and I'm gonna make a smoothie. I'm gonna also add some raisins to this one just to give it some more caloric density. Okay, seriously guys, we gotta go. No time to talk. Well, a little quick second. So I'm basically just bringing these two guys for fuel, and then I got a little backup pack of raisins right here. I'm gonna go crank out some calories, probably burn about 1,300 calories today, give or take. Anyways, without further ado, we gotta go. No time to talk. These guys are gonna fit right in my back pocket here. Whenever you're putting in headphones with your helmet, put them through this strap right here. That way, when you take them out, when you to talk to someone or to listen to something, you just drop them out and they hang and you know right where to grab them again. Just finished a 4-hour ride and it's not even 11 o'clock in the morning. Cool. Another big ride. Alright, so post-ride recap. It was amazing. These things were amazing. This is now the watered down remains of one of them. I just added some extra water to it just so I could finish it off. At the bottom here you see the chunks of raisins. They were so good, man. It was 10 mangoes total between 2 bottles, so each bottle I knew had 5 mangoes. Yeah, it was amazing. I burned 1,500 calories and I made up for it with I made up at least 1,000 of it with these smoothies. So it tasted so good that I just wanted to, like, as I was drinking it, I just wanted to like stop riding and just consume because it just tasted so good. Amazing. So yeah, 4 hours, 10 minutes in the saddle. I think next time I go I'll do a 5-hour ride and just slowly progress. Shower, eat, nap. Sounds good. This is also where I do my dishwashing. I didn't have time this morning to give it a rinse, so just give it a rinse now. Oh, yes, I'm looking forward to these. I get 7 right here. I can easily polish off 20 right now, but I'll do 7, I'll start slow. Wow. So, when I race triathlon, I usually blend up dates with coconut water, and I had that for breakfast, and then I had that during the race in water bottles, and then I have that after the race for recovery. Now, most people, you know, they wake up to have their bacon and eggs, toast and peanut butter, whatever they have before the race. And then during the race they have these pre-packaged processed foods. And then after the race they can't even stomach the idea of eating any more of that processed food. So they can't even stomach the idea of eating what they were just eating. Like their body is just so disgusted by it. But with fruit, like I said, I had the same thing for breakfast as I have during the race as I have after the race, because it's so good. It's like all I want. So it's same with these mangoes. Like I had mangoes for breakfast, I had mangoes throughout the whole ride, and now I'm just having more mangoes because they're so good. That's how you know the food is welcome in your body, when your body just keeps saying, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. We might as well do a Q&A here. I got a lot of people asking me the same questions over and over and over again, and if this video can get 1,000 views and 1,000 people can get the answers to these questions, I'll be happy and 1,000 people will be happy. So, first question, where do I get the money to afford my fruit? Well, for years I worked as a personal trainer, self-employed. I dropped out of college to get a personal training certificate so I could personal train people one-on-one. So I earned a lot of money like that, and I saved. And then from there I started doing health coaching. So I started meeting with people and just talking about health and lifestyle. And then I started doing that online on Skype. So then I was doing personal training and health coaching. And then I opened up my own little co-op, my own little bulk fruit and vegetable produce shop in my garage. And that was a good profit maker. I kept that running for a couple of years, and I sold it before I left for Thailand here. So I was personally training, doing health coaching, and I had this little co-op going. And in the background, I was making money on YouTube. I have a few viral videos from old accounts, and you know, they got millions and millions of views, and they bring in like $50 a pop each a month. So on YouTube, I don't know if I'm legally allowed to say how much I make, but I make enough to pay for at least my rent money here in Thailand. We'll just say that. I make enough to cover my rent in Thailand from YouTube at the moment. So that's cool. So right now I'm doing health coaching on Skype, and I make money from YouTube, and I also sell my ebook, and yeah, that's basically it. And then I have a bunch saved from back when I was in Canada. I sold my car, sold everything I owned. So that's how I make money. And fruit really isn't that expensive. I spend maybe $10 to $20 a day on fruit. Sometimes more from eating a lot of durian, but not really. It's usually $10 to $20 a day. Next question. Don't I ever get sick of eating just fruit? No way, man. When the fruit's super high quality, you just want it and want it and want it and want it. But I totally understand why people think I would get sick of just eating fruit all the time, because everyone's used to eating cooked food, and when you eat the same cooked food over and over again, yeah, you get sick of it. So they take the same mentality and use it on fruit, and it's not the same way. With quality fruit, it's a different story. And another reason I understand why people think you get sick of it is because they haven't had the mangoes I've had. They haven't had the dragon fruit I've had. They haven't had the papayas I've had. They haven't had the durian I've had. They haven't had the bananas that I've had. The bananas I have are amazing. All the fruit I eat is amazing. You can never get sick of amazing fruit. You can never get sick of amazing fruit. It's just what your body needs. It gives you everything your body needs and nothing it doesn't. Another question. What time of day or night do I go to sleep in order to wake up at 5 a.m.? Well, usually, ideally, about 8 p.m. Sometimes I go to bed 7:30, sometimes I go to bed 8:30 or even 9:30. 9:30 is super late for me, but generally, on average, 8 p.m. is when I go to sleep. Next question. How do you suggest transitioning to a fruitarian diet? Should I do 100% right away, or should I ease into it? Definitely ease into it. Ease into it. Personally, what worked for me was dropping one food at a time. Because when you drop one food at a time, you can wrap your head around that and you can totally understand why you're doing it. So for example, when I was eating a lot of red meat, I said, okay, I'm not eating any more red meat. That's easy to understand. There are lots of people who don't eat red meat. There's a lot of good health reasons not to eat red meat. There's plenty of other options to eat besides red meat. I can not eat red meat, no problem. A few weeks later, did the same thing with chicken. A few weeks later, same thing with fish. A few weeks later, same thing with milk and cheese. A few weeks later, no more gluten. A few weeks later, no more dairy. So, see the trend here? A few weeks, I say, no more of this. I'm just sick of this. I'm sick of this. No more. I'm done. You keep upping your game. You keep cutting out the stuff that you know is not good for you. And then you move on to bigger and better things, and eventually all you're left with is high quality fruits and coconuts. So ease into it. Allow yourself to eat foods that you know are not the best for you, because just knowing that they're not the best for you is the first step. So you're already taking the first step. Just keep eating the foods that you know are not good for you, and know that eventually you're not going to be eating the foods. It's just a matter of time before you're going to put your foot down and say, no more, no more. Because you know better. Because you're the type of person who's watching these videos. You're the type of person who knows that living on just fruit is not only possible, but it's pretty much necessary if you want to live a totally in line with nature's design kind of life. You just feel so connected on all levels when you're eating just fruits and coconuts, and if you want some vegetables. But yeah, it's not only possible, but it's totally awesome to do this, you know? And if you're watching this video, you know that. So just keep eating what you want. Keep eating the foods you're eating. And just every now and then say, okay, no more of this, no more of that. Eventually, like I said, you're left with just fruit, vegetables, and coconuts. All right, that brings me to my next question. Ted, why don't you eat vegetables? I don't eat vegetables because they don't taste as amazing as mangoes, and they don't digest anywhere near as well as mangoes, for example. But vegetables don't digest as well as fruit, okay? Pretty much all fruit, except for the really hard stuff like pumpkins and squashes, all fruit pretty much just rubs into your skin. It's totally absorbed by your skin. And therefore, very easy to assimilate and absorb and utilize. So it doesn't produce any gas. You know, a lot of people have gas when they go to raw vegan. It's because you're eating foods that don't break down and in improper combinations. But fruit breaks down the minute you put it in your mouth. It's baby food. This is baby food. So easily digestible. That's one reason, digestion. Okay, I don't eat vegetables because of the digestion. Fruit digests way better. Second reason, I don't believe that the human body was designed to consume a lot of vegetables. Sure, maybe a vegetable every now and then, but as a bulk part of the diet, I don't think we were optimally designed for it. Because if we were, we'd be very attracted to vegetables. We would seek out vegetables in the same way we seek out fruit, but we don't. Last reason why I don't eat vegetables, it's kind of an ethical reason, but I don't really like to get into ethics because ethics is a funny thing. You know, what's ethical to one person is not ethical to another. But honestly, for me, I don't believe it's ethical to eat the plants, like lettuces and broccoli, because when you do that, you're killing the plant. Whereas when you eat from a mango tree, you're helping to plant the seed. That's the idea anyway. But mangoes actually benefit from us eating them. Apples benefit from us eating them because ideally, in a perfect natural world, we'd be planting the seed elsewhere. Once we take the fruit away from the tree, we'd plant the seed. But with broccoli and kale and carrots and stuff like that, when you just pick them out and eat them, you destroyed the plant. It doesn't want you to eat it. It doesn't want you to eat it. In fact, if you had a massive field of spinach and you just went crazy on spinach, started eating lots and lots of spinach, eventually that field of spinach would start producing a toxin in the plant, in the leaves, so that you wouldn't destroy the whole field. And you'd notice that this rash would start growing on your face. Happens with kale and Swiss chard and all sorts of things. So it builds up a defense. It doesn't want you to eat it. Fruit wants you to eat it. Battery's running out. I'm gonna finish these 3 mangoes. I'll answer a few questions in another video. If you have a question, put it in the box below and I'll get to it next video.